But because of my behavior, my willingness to be belligerent, childish, truculent, stupid, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? I could suspend you for week 1, and the remainder of your deal is virtually unguaranteed. That means week 2 through 17, at any time, I can cut you and don't have to owe you. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. If I'm the Oakland Raiders, I suspend him right now. Guess why? It ain't even emotion now. Now it's business. So instead of me having to guarantee your salary, because remember, if I play you week 1, your salary for the entire year is guaranteed, and you get to act a fool anytime you want to. But if I suspend you week 1, but I don't suspend you again, what I hold over your head is anytime you want, anytime I want to. If you act up again, I can suspend you, and I don't have to owe you a dime. Now, if somebody acts belligerent, if they act childish, if they act insubordinate, and I can get away with not guaranteeing your deal, I'm sorry, I'm in a business position. Now it's not emotion. It's about business now. That's the equivalent of you buying a home. I'm just using a crazy analogy here. You buy a home and you're guaranteed every dollar, every mortgage payment. Somebody has said you can do what you want with the house, and damn it, I still got to give you the mortgage money. But because you acted up, the guarantee is now stripped from you, and at any given time, I can void the agreement. That puts me in a position of power. Antonio Brown handed the Oakland Raiders that power on a silver platter, all because he wanted to express himself emotionally and cuss the damn GM out. Now, if that ain't the epitome of stupidity, I don't know what is.
It's open. Touchdown for the goal.
I expect the Dallas Cowboys to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl.
The Cowboys continue to win, and they've gone to the playoffs 2 of the last 3 years.
When you look at the way this team is built, play action, throw the ball down the field.
Fade left side of the end zone. Ah, what a throw! Touchdown to Amari Cooper, and that throw was perfect.
Feels good to register the W. Certainly some good stuff to build on, but we have a long way to go.
The Stephen A. Smith Show on ESPN Radio is presented by Progressive Insurance. Guests on the Stephen A. Smith Show appear via the Shell Pennzoil Performance Line.
Sitting here. Presented by Progressive Insurance. Drive pay an average of $699 less per year. Plus, from the biggest concerts and games to the hottest theater shows and more, Vivid Seats has it all. Download the app and join the Vivid Seats Rewards Loyalty Program today. 888-SAY-ESPN. It's 888-729-3776. That is the number to call in to the Stephen A. Smith Show, ESPN Radio, ESPN News. Before I get into a few of the games that took place yesterday, Dallas Cowboys looking strong, New York Giants looking pathetically weak, the New York Jets finding yet another way to lose, the Los Angeles Rams surviving against Cam Newton, or should I say Christian McCaffrey, and the Carolina Panthers. Wanted to point that out. Seattle surviving against Cincinnati. Whole bunch of stuff there. Whole bunch of stuff to look at. Whole bunch of stuff to get into. No doubt. But I wanted to let y'all know, or let y'all hear some sound from the Dan Le Batard show. I believe it was earlier today. The videographer for Antonio Brown, the guy that's been filming and taping all of the shenanigans, including Antonio Brown running around, waving his arms like he's free, because he got away from the Oakland Raiders, acting like it was a news flash or whatever. what's the guy's name again, John? What's the name again? Alejandro Narciso. I believe that's his name. Apparently, Antonio Brown didn't violate any laws because apparently, according to Alejandro Narciso, he got consent from John Gruden. Listen to Alejandro talking to Dan Lebertard.
The way that happened was I was shooting him all day, just documenting everything because eventually, it'd be cool to use it in like a longer form piece. And he was talking to Drew Rosenhaus, and then suddenly he goes, "Oh, Gruden's on the line." So I wasn't really thinking at that point of anything, and I wasn't gonna be like, "Hey, tell him that you're recording, by the way," So we recorded it, and then I put it in the video. And then while we were doing it, AB's marketing manager calls him and he says, "Hey, do you guys know that that's illegal to post that without telling him first?" And I was like, "Damn, he's right." So I was in the process of taking all the Gruden stuff out, and then I told AB we told him, "Hey, just send the video to Gruden and then see what he thinks, because we can get consent that way." So my whole thing the entire time when we were waiting for Gruden's response was that Gruden's going to be like, "Listen, AB, I love you, man, but that's disrespectful. I can't be having you.
Gruden gave permission.
I can't be having you post our own conversations," which is the response that I think anyone would think was going to happen. And then he responds 15 minutes later, 3 texts. He goes, "Wow, I love it. Loved it. I love it." And I was like, "What?"
What?
And then we were like, "All right, there's our consent. Keep the text message."
$10 million a year.
First of all, if I recall, John, look at me. Didn't they say they posted it first and then realized that they wasn't supposed to do it? I think that's what I heard. And then they called John Gruden. That's what I heard. Well, I'm saying they filmed it, but they were talking about posting because the marketing director was like, "You can't post it. It's illegal to post it." So I think they posted it first, then got permission, and then he was in the process of taking it down and then got permission from John Gruden. So John Gruden gave the okay. Okay, so be it. It doesn't matter because John Gruden wasn't going to press charges or anything like that anyway. But all I'm saying is that all of this nonsense, all of these shenanigans, this is embarrassing. It's embarrassing. It really, really is. And then you got Kevin Durant, easy money sniper on Instagram, straight fire, and you got other people like Von Miller and them acting like, you pulled off a heist. I mean, way to go, way to go. I don't see them acting that way. I don't see Kevin Durant acting that way. I don't see Von Miller acting that way because they know better. They know better. And you know how bad of a look this is. But that's neither here nor there. Let's go to the phones. 888-SAY-ESPN. John, you're live with Stephen A. What's up?
Hey, Stephen A. A lot of respect. Listen to your show, first time caller.
Thank you. Go ahead.
You're right about Antonio Brown being a clown. Ain't no doubt.
No, clownish. I said I didn't call him. I didn't call him a clown. I said his behavior was clownish. Yes.
Clownish. Yeah. I misquoted you this time. Clownish. And you're right. You don't want to hear about T.O. There's other people in the league that may act like that. But I do think that there's an opportunity, and I'm from Texas. I'm not from up there. I don't want to see anybody be a super team. Nobody. They got the opportunity to now at New England with AB being on their field. But they're looking at it. They're going to do it Bill Belichick's way, as you pointed out. And the long story cut down to nothing is he's going to either fit in that system or he's gone. They don't tolerate it. And then he's going to be harder to employ anybody by anybody else because they're going to read between the lines and say, look, here's your opportunity to make your money. Here's your $30+ million in incentives. You can't follow the rules.
I got you. Appreciate the call, man. Thank you so much. Terrence, you're live with Stephen A. What's up, Terrence?
Hey, Stephen A. How are you?
I'm all right. Go ahead.
First time caller. I love your show. All right. To me, as far as the Antonio Brown situation, I'm from Miami, and to me, it just seemed orchestrated from the jump because I called that he would have been on the Patriots when the Pittsburgh Steelers let him go. I knew that he wouldn't be traded there.
Well,
but I
first, stop
said,
right there. First of all, the Steelers didn't let him go. They traded him. And
Yeah,
they got
they
a third
traded
and a
him, but-
fifth-round pick, and it was from Oakland and they turned down a first-round pick from New England.
Yeah, because of course you're not going to send them to your rivals. You're getting them out of the air. I mean, you're trying to get them as far away as possible, and you send them to a team that you don't think is going to compete against you. So to me, he was working on this from the jump because, like you said during the show, I followed it from the jump. There was no way that a player was going to do all the things that he was doing and expecting to play, from the crowd chamber to the helmet to all that. I was looking at it like, this man don't want to play football. His money's good. He's probably done with football. But then when I heard he got
About the Yankees all you want to. All the Yankees did was go out there and pay high-priced talent. That's what they did. They bought everything. In the case of the New England Patriots, you got Bill Belichick being slicker and smarter than everybody else. That's what you have here. And regardless of folks bringing up Spygate, Deflategate, and everything in between, it is clear that players throughout this league just have an elevated level of respect for Bill Belichick and Tom Brady above all others. We, at some point in time, we just have to accept that. Every single player, I mean, they go to New England because New England has a structured system. There's a certain way they go about doing things. And if you are willing to be compliant and go along with the program, you'll probably walk away with a Super Bowl championship. That's been New England's message for the last 2 decades. And it's worked to perfection. They just, regardless of what anybody wants to accuse them of, the fact of the matter is, at the end of the day, they win. And we can't get around that. Everybody wants to be with a winner, and everybody wants to be a part of a winner. Gotta go. Appreciate the call. 888-SAY-ESPN. It's 888-729-3776. More of your phone calls before Boogie McFarland comes on the air in a minute. You're listening live to Stephen A. ESPN Radio, ESPN News. By the way, if you missed my opening segment, go check out the entire interview on demand in the Stephen A. Smith podcast. Brought to you by the Capital One Quick Silver Card. Earning unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase everywhere.